Hello my beautiful friends, it's time for another first impression. Today we're talking about Gorgeous Cosmetics. I got a bunch of stuff from the brand, so I'm going to swatch everything. I'll give you the rundown, and then at the end of the video I will actually apply this makeup right here to my face, and I'll tell you how everything works as we go along. Let's just start. First things first, Gorgeous Cosmetics did send all this stuff to me. This video is not sponsored. They're not paying me to make this video. They have no idea what I'm gonna say. I am not even obligated to talk about it. They sent it to me. I'm sharing it with you. Boom. All right, the first thing we have here is this Prism highlighting powder. It has this kind of matte black packaging, and it does have a pretty decent mirror in there. There's no puff or brush or anything like that, which is fine for a highlighter. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things. So let's just swatch this and see how it looks. Okay, so there it is on my finger. You can see it's not really shiny. Let's try it on the back of my hand. And it pretty much doesn't look like anything. Okay, so that's that. Prism highlighting powder. Not a whole lot to it. Next up is the contour palette. It has 8 shades in it. I'll show you what the inside looks like. It has a big, gigantic mirror. And here are the shades inside. The pans are gigantic. Here are the swatches of the contour palette. These powders are super pigmented. You'll see in the demo how pigmented they are, even with a brush. So on the top row here, we have Potato Cake, True Taupe, Matte Tan, and Dusk Rose. And then down here we have Nude, Smudge, Fudge, and Mocha. So the top row is a little bit warmer, the bottom row is a little bit cooler. I think that this would suit a lot of skin tones. So that's the contour palette. Next up we have the Everyday Beauty eye palette. Exact same setup as the contour palette. Big mirror, gigantic pans, and these look like they're all shimmers. Okay, here are swatches of the Everyday Beauty eye palette. We have Toffee Shine, Charity, So Nice, and Light Bronze, which is my favorite. And then on the bottom we have Gem, Hedgehog, Plum, and Beautiful. They're all a little bit shimmery. Last but not least, I have 4 different lipsticks here, so I'm going to swatch those and show you which shades I have. Okay, so here are the 4 lipsticks. This is Cotton Candy, and as you can see, it is a frosty light pink. Then we have Christine, which is like a warm nude. Muse, which is a mauve pink, and Plum, which is kind of a berry tone. If you want to see how these products apply to my face, then just keep watching. I'm starting with the contour palette, and I'm going to bronze with this shade called Matte Tan, and then I'm going to contour a little bit with this shade called Taupe. True Taupe, sorry. It's called True Taupe. Okay, lesson learned. These powders are super pigmented. So I'm gonna try to use a light hand with this blush. It is called Dusk Rose. It looks really pretty. So I'm gonna just add a little bit and then try to build it up if I need to. I'm pretty happy with it. The powders are super pigmented, so when I first put them onto my face, I was like, whoa, uh-oh, too much. But they're really soft and they blend it out really easily. So I think if you just use a light hand, then these are really great. I like the blush. I don't think it's showing up as much on camera as it does in person, but it's a really nice, like, neutral dusty pink. I already had my foundation, concealer, and brows done. That's why I didn't use any of the highlighting setting powders from the contour palette, but I do have this Prism highlighter, so I'm going to apply that to the high points of my cheekbones and my Cupid's bow and see how it looks. So this highlighting powder is really, really subtle. It's almost not even showing up on me. I don't know if it's because it's very close to my skin tone, and I really like a bling, like in your face highlight. So what I'm gonna try to do is spray some setting spray all over my face, and then while that spray is still a little bit damp, I'm gonna apply some more highlight and see if I can intensify it a little bit. I think the setting spray method really helped to add a little bit extra glow to my skin, which is what I really love, especially in the winter time. I just get kind of dull, dry complexion. So if you're not into super like shiny highlights, then I think you would really like this. But for me, I need to layer it up a little bit. I have 4 lipsticks here to choose from, and there are 2 really beautiful nudes. One's like a mauve-y nude and the other is a warm nude. And of course, those are what I'm always drawn to immediately. So I'm gonna try to break out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm gonna pick the shade called Plum. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that and we'll see how it feels. Okay, so that's the shade called Plum. It's definitely not like a purpley plum. It's a very berry shade, which I love for this time of year. I love for the holidays. I've been trying to do more berry lips and break away from my beloved nude lips. So this is kind of a creamy satin finish, somewhere in between a cream and a satin. It feels really nice. It applied smoothly, and I've had kind of a cold this week, so I've had really dry like lips and nose, so it feels nice to not have like a super matte lipstick on. I think this shade would be really flattering on a lot of skin tones. I love these berry shades because they're so universal. The eyeshadow palette that I have is the Everyday Beauty palette, and these are all slightly shimmery. So I'm going to pull some of the matte shades from the contour palette, and I'll just pop up on the screen while I speed through my eye look which shades I'm using from which palette. Overall, I'm really happy with how the eyeshadow performed. It was really pigmented, it blended really well. I do think that the mattes performed better than the shimmers. I just like my shimmer shadows to be really, really shiny, and these are a little bit more subtle. So you could use some MAC Fix Plus on your brush, and that way you can intensify that shine a little bit. But since I did a really warm eye look, I think I'm gonna switch my lipstick, and I'm also gonna add some mascara, and then I'll be back. All right, my look's all finished. I added a little bit of my Lash Princess mascara to finish my eyes. I switched my lipstick to the shade Christine. It's a really subtle, kind of warm nude, and I think it looks a little bit better with the eyeshadow look that I ended up with. This one was a little bit more sheer than the Plum shade that I had on earlier, so I did have to build this up a little bit more, but I do really like this color. It's an easy everyday shade, and if you like to wear warm eyeshadow like I do, then Christine is gonna be your girl. So I'm just gonna kind of breeze through everything that I showed you, and I'll tell you what my favorite things were and why some things really weren't my favorite. Okay, let's start with the Prism Powder Highlight. This was just okay for me. I really prefer a more shiny in-your-face highlight, and this is really subtle, so if you're into subtle highlighting, natural looks, then you're probably gonna love this, but not really my cup of tea. As far as the palettes go, I really liked the contour palette. I preferred it over the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette was fine, and the cool thing is you can create a custom palette on the Gorgeous Cosmetic website, so you can kind of get your own mix of shades and finishes, but in this case, I preferred the face powders. I think especially if you're a makeup artist and you're working on a lot of different people, then this is something that would be really good to have in your kit because it has a bunch of different shades. The powders are super pigmented. They're really blendable. So the eyeshadow palette was okay for me, but the contour palette was the hit. As far as the lipsticks go, I really liked these. Just shade-wise, I did not prefer Cotton Candy. It's just too Barbie pink for me, and that's just a personal choice. But the shades Muse and Plum were my favorites. I also really like Christine. I just wish it was a little bit more pigmented, but it is nice to have something that's not so overwhelming if you just want to throw it in your purse. And it's easy to touch up throughout the day because it's not going to like go outside your lip line and ruin everything. So I guess that's kind of just a personal choice, but Muse and Plum, definitely my favorite shades. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what your favorite products from Gorgeous Cosmetics are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Can you see me? Let's just start, shall we? Okay. Wait. What? Okay. Too much coffee. This mirror is so big. I really like it. Okay, please don't look too orange. So I have to wear this makeup today. Just drenched in setting spray right now. Can you see me? Too much. It's too much. Swatch these babies. Ooh. Oh mama, that is pigmentation. Wow, wowza. I sound like a freaking cartoon character. I just wiped off a finger that didn't even have a swatch on it. So let's go ahead and swatch them.